Hey everyone, my name's Kyle, and this is a quick overview of the game Dark Souls 3. The Souls franchise began in 2009 with the first game Demon Souls releasing on PlayStation 3, developed by From Software and published by Bandai Namco Entertainment. The latest installment of the series is Dark Souls 3, which released in March 2016. The game is a single-player action-adventure RPG, however possesses a unique online PvP and co-op feature as well. It uses a premium business once-off payment model of $60 and can be purchased digitally off Steam or hard copy in store. Dark Souls draws you in from the moment you enter. Majority of RPGs I play I simply sprint through and tend to not truly explore and experience the environment and world that my character's been put in. With Dark Souls you truly remember the world you traverse. It's full of rich lore and interesting characters. This is one of the few games that throws you in and gives you no hints of direction whatsoever. At first this sounds daunting, however this allows players to experience and discover the world by connecting to it independently and without obvious guideposts. If you ask any Dark Souls fan to name one attribute that links directly with Dark Souls, it will be the difficulty. This is the primary factor which allows the game to be one of the most immersive and consuming game experiences of any video game that I've ever played. And what makes a good game, to me, I think a game that's immersive and is able to actually trigger emotions, whether that be fear or excitement. Dark Souls 3 does exactly that. With dramatic stakes, if you so much as forget to check both corners of a room while walking in, this simple mistake can cost you your life. It forces you to be aware of every single detail the designers put in the game. That feeling of anxiety knowing you could die any moment, it's incredibly exciting, and it really brings you out of reality and draws you into this world, which is exactly what games should do. It might not sound good at first, but the most popular event to happen and occur in Dark Souls is your death. It really truly matters. It's a vital part of every game, yet Dark Souls really flourishes in that sense. It makes combat exhilarating. It forces you to learn each fight, time your strikes, and ultimately calculate your decisions. For example, here I'm exploring very early part of the game, and see a faint blue crystal in the distance. Thinking whether or not I should approach, since based on my past experiences, it's probably going to be something that kills me, although I really want to see what rewards it could give, and that thirst for adventure really pushes you to take big risks, which tend to get the better of me. When talking about death in games, the concept is usually you get a quick slap on the wrist and a reload of the game and you can fix your mistake with ease and continue on. Death in games is usually a fail state, where your game pauses and gives you a minor penalty and then you start again. Dark Souls actually goes beyond that. Death in Dark Souls is actually one of the primary gameplay mechanics. That's right, the game is actually revolved around you dying. You will inevitably die countless times in Dark Souls, and once that happens, you respawn at the closest bonfire, which is a checkpoint. You will lose all your souls, which is a currency used to gain levels, plus your maximum health will decrease, and all the things you've killed before the prior checkpoint will respawn. You have to do it all again. It doesn't go for the conventional approach by making it easier on your next try after dying, but actually makes the game tougher. Just as Christine Jorgensen states in her Film and Media Studies journal, sound is actually a fundamental aspect of immersion in games, and from entering a room and hearing a zombie scream to the subtle painful moans of the dead spirits running the environments, the sound effects in Dark Souls 3 really help steal the dark and ominous effect the game aims for. The music soundtrack is subtle, and you don't really notice it on its own, apart from entering boss rooms, but it tops off the dark and ominous environment the game is trying to portray. Boss fights are what really make this game shine. The large arena-like rooms, mixed with the transition and soundtrack upon entering a boss room, tells you a player that you're probably about to be greeted by death. It's incredibly satisfying killing anything in this game, from little minions to these big bosses like this, since everything needs your full attention and technique. Stuart Hall, a cultural studies director in the 70s, suggested that rather than mindless movement and numb consciousness, activeness and engagement is what really creates immersion. Gamers are trained to think in established patterns. For example, the elevator event in every game where you ride it from the bottom to the top and you wait. It's a big pause in between. Notice how in Dark Souls I see a ledge, quickly jump off, and look, I've discovered an entire new area that I could have completely missed if I wasn't paying full attention. Stuart Hall, a cultural studies director in the 70s, suggested that rather than mindless movement and numbed consciousness, activeness and engagement is what creates immersion. Even after finishing, the game tells you really nothing. I like this because it lets the player create their own interpretation of what the game's about. This game makes you tense, frustrated, rage quit, learn, come back, with second wind, feel triumphant, and carry on. Games that can fluctuate your feelings like this are what I believe gaming to be truly about. This has been an insight into the incredibly immersive world of Dark Souls 3. Thanks for listening. See you guys.